All right, let's get into the football. All right. Breaking down the Atlanta Falcons today. So here's their coaching staff. Head coach, Raheem Morris. Defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. You remember Jeff Ulbrich for his son, prank calling Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, I'm sure that went over well. Let me just say, if that were me, if I would have done that and my dad were a defensive coordinator in the NFL, you wouldn't have been able to find my DNA. I would have been gone. All right, so here's the Falcons coaching staff. Here's what the Falcons did in the draft. All right, and they went defense. Look at it. Jalen Walker from Georgia. All right, they had 2 first-round picks. They get Jalen Walker, the linebacker out of Georgia, and James Pierce Jr., the edge out of Tennessee. They went defense big, man. You could see Xavier Watts, Notre Dame safety, Billy Bowman, Oklahoma safety, and then they went offensive tackle from Wisconsin in Big Jack Nelson. But yeah, they went defense. Specifically, the Falcons are looking to get after the quarterback. And that's what Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. can do. Look, I'm going to say this, man. One of these guys is not a bad play for defensive rookie of the year. Seriously. Because they're going to have a lot of opportunities. And I don't know who it's going to be between Walker and Pierce. Because they're both studs. And I'm not sure how the Falcons are going to. I mean, it'll change through the season, but how they, deploy these guys. And it's going to be a combination of both. But these two dudes are strong. I've seen both of them literally since they were in high school. And, the Falcons made 2 great first-round picks. I'm just telling you, man. They absolutely did. All right. So that was their draft. All right, let's take a look at their depth chart. Let me pull it up here. So, again, this is just the offense. In 11 personnel offense, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. So you got Michael Penix, quarterback. You've got Kirk Cousins behind him, and they signed Easton Stick in the offseason, 3rd string. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, running back. You can see a wide receiver, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, Big Kyle Pitts at tight end. Look at Felipe Franks. So there you go. There is the Falcons offense. And Addison said, Pitts is already questionable. That does make sense. I know. All right, so here are our picks. Falcons over 8.5 wins plus 125. We're going to talk about this in a second. You could actually drop it down to 7.5 if you wanted. But I'm going to take the Falcons over 8.5 wins. I think they have a really good year. Drake London, 10-plus receiving touchdowns, plus 230. And then the Falcons to make the playoffs at plus 155. Now, I thought about taking them to win the NFC South, but the Bucs are going to be pretty damn good. And if I could get the Falcons to make the playoffs, all right, and they don't have to win the division, and I'm going to get it at plus 155, I'm all in. And again, this isn't me betting negatively on the Falcons, saying that they're not going to win the division. But again, Bucs are damn good. But I think the Falcons, man. Now, the tough part is that the NFC is loaded. It's absolutely friggin' loaded, man. But I think the Falcons are pretty good. I think they're going to make some noise this year. But again, we'll talk about the Bucs later on. Zach says, AB, saddle up, hostage. What do we got? Let's see. All right, TJ and Maddie. Oh, you're going on the Yankees today? Is that what we're doing? Good. All right. It's settled. All right. TJ, Matty Ice. There you go. On the Yankees today. And 1 membership on the line. I love it. Z-Money says that's actually a good strategy in a South. Yeah, I just don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Now, again, you could take them to win the division, but I don't know, man. Like, if you can get them just to make the playoffs plus 155 and not worry about that, I'm all for it. Pat, good morning, buddy. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. John, like that London pick. I do, too. I think Drake London's going to have a big year. I think he's going to have a big year. Joe said, I once paid AB at halftime for a showdown. That's how bad I was losing. That is true. Bibbo, I'll be your Huckleberry. I love it, man. Z Money, nice to have an out in your back pocket. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, so Yankees or the Blue Jays. All right, so let's jump into bets. And all right, let me pull this down 1 second. All right, so running into an issue already that the books don't have full player props for the season up yet. They're still working on them. So we're just going to do a big player prop show after we go through the teams because some of them have them, some of them don't. I mean, most are up, but like the Falcons, they didn't have any on Penix. It was tough to find. So we'll have to do that. Yeah. So like I said, Falcons, 7.5 wins is kind of the line here, minus 140. 8.5, you start getting into plus money. You see under 8.5, minus 150. So, yeah. I mean, what are they gonna do? 8 wins, 9 wins, right? Like that's kind of your Mendoza line there. But yeah, I'm gonna take them over 8.5. Falcons team specials. Do any of these grab your attention? Falcons score 1+ touchdown in every regular season game, plus 110. Drake London, 10+ receiving touchdowns. We played that one. Bijan, 15+ rushing TDs. I don't know about that. That's a lot. Falcons, 1+ pass TD in every game. 1+ rushing TD in every game, 1,500, 1,700. Pitts to break the regular season tight end receiving yards record. I don't know, plus 3,000. I don't know about that. Falcons go undefeated, plus 60,000. I don't know about that. But we went with Drake London here. I'm going to leave this for a second, let it sit. What do you think? '49er says, everybody's sleeping on Bryce. Dude, I thought what the Panthers did with Bryce Young last year was great. Use the bench as punishment, but also just get better. And he did. Bryce Young had a hell of an end of the season. I agree with you, 49er, completely. Okay, so some Falcons props here. All right, win the NFC South. Bucks minus 110, Falcons plus 250, Panthers plus 400, Saints plus 1,200. And then the Falcons after 5 weeks. All right, so again, we're going to this bet, the first 5. All right, so they open the season at home against the Bucks. That's a big game. At the Vikings, at the Panthers, home against the Commanders. How many wins do you think they have? The Tampa Bay game is going to be a toss-up. At Minnesota is going to be tough. 2 wins, 3 wins. They have 4 games. 2 wins plus 175. 3 wins plus 340. Where are you going? Z-Money sounds like ATL might be the last team to win. Could be. I them argue all day on the radio, AB, why they don't use Drake London, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I bet. Z-Money, what is Penix's line for rushing TDs? Yeah, I know, right? Like, I couldn't find it, and that's the problem. But, yeah.